The man at the center of the popular podcast Serial will get a new murder trial. A jury convicted Adnan Syed in 2000 of murdering his high school sweetheart. He was sentenced to life in prison at that time, but an appeals court yesterday threw out his conviction because of a witness featured in the popular podcast. Chip Reid is at a public library in Woodlawn, Maryland, which played a pivotal role in this appeal. Chip, good morning. This is an amazing story.
Well, good. It is. Good morning. And a witness says Adnan Syed was here at this library at the exact moment that prosecutors say he was out committing murder. But that witness did not tell her story until 14 years after the trial, after Serial tracked her down. Asia McClain told Serial she could provide an alibi for Adnan Syed during the 1999 murder of Hae Min Lee.
Adnan came in, he sat at the table, and we weren't really close friends or anything like that, but we knew each other.
She says they were high school students then, hanging out at this library after school at the same time prosecutors say Lee was being murdered in a park about 3 miles away.
Even now, it would be nice if there was some technicality, something that would prove his innocence.
I think, Asia, you might be that technicality.
On Thursday, a Maryland appellate court ordered a new trial, saying Syed likely wouldn't have been convicted if his lawyer had called McClain to the witness stand. There is reasonable probability that McClain's alibi testimony would have raised a reasonable doubt in the mind of at least one juror, the judges ruled.
All the charges have been vacated. It's incredible.
Rabia Chaudhry is the author of Adnan's story. She is a family friend who brought Syed's case to Serial.
Adnan is not the only victim here. There is a victim of murder here. Her name is Hae Min Lee. They need to reopen the investigation and look for the person who actually killed her.
No one ever has been able to provide any shred of evidence. It had anything but friendship towards it, like love and respect for her. I had no reason to kill her.
Syed, now 36, has spent more than half of his life behind bars. His case received renewed interest after Serial raised questions about his conviction in 2016. The 12-episode podcast was reportedly downloaded more than 175 million times, the most ever for a podcast.
I don't think we'd be where we are today without Serial.
Justin Brown, Syed's appellate attorney, called the podcast a game changer.
It's built, hundreds of thousands of supporters all over the country. It has helped fund our efforts. It has helped investigate, and that has made a huge difference.
Our efforts to reach the family of Hae Min Lee were unsuccessful, and so far prosecutors have not said whether they're going to appeal. Norah?
All right, what a story, Chip. Thank you.
It's an amazing story, and it's riveting, too. I kept reading about it, hearing about it, so I started listening. I said, I'll listen to one or two, and before you know it,
you couldn't stop.
You're at episode number 8,
yeah.
And then you can't wait to finish it. Highly recommend it. And you go back and forth. Well, I went back and forth. In the end, I'm glad he's getting a new trial.
Yeah.